is to give you the ears to hear what is good and what is bad voice acting, and the tools to figure it out on your own, so that you can go home from this panel that we are doing here today, and you can actually apply this yourself at home. Now, some of you who have been following me at all on my blog and podcast are familiar with my website, voiceactingmastery.com. If you aren't, and you are serious about becoming a voice actor, or even just curious, please tune in. It's a free podcast. You can check out the website directly. You can subscribe to it in iTunes. There are now 43 episodes of the podcast, which is sort of crazy. It ranges from all sorts of different voice acting topics, interviews with big voice acting people, and in every episode I'm trying to give you guys really practical, useful advice that you can that's actionable. A lot of people will talk about acting in sort of these fluffy bunny ways that drive me nuts. Completely useless to you when you get home and you actually have to try to do this yourself. So I'm always trying to focus on making things as useful as possible. So what I want to start this whole presentation with is, we're going to go through sort of acting and what it takes to be good in dub acting. We're going to have a little time for someone to come up and volunteer so we can see the process of anime dub acting. It's more to see, so you guys can see what the process is, than for someone to learn how to voice act. Whoever comes up here is going to be so nervous that they're probably, if they can just speak English, they will have accomplished something. If words can come out of their mouth in the general direction of a microphone, they will have succeeded. And then at the end, hopefully there's some time for some Q&A. If not, if we have to bug out, I'll do my best to answer some questions out in the hallway. That's the general scheme of things here. So let's get started. Let's talk about anime voice acting and what it takes to really work as an anime voice actor. I take it some of you know this show. So, the reason why I am bringing up this show is because it is easy to look at really good dubs and say they're good. And say, well, that's just good, that's what I can do. Really? Really? Acting is playing pretend. You're getting up in front of people, or getting up on a microphone, or in front of a camera, and you're playing pretend. Acting professionally means that you can play pretend believably enough that we will pay you to do it. Right? No messing around here. You have to be able to play pretend believably enough that we are willing to give you our hard-earned cash to watch you do it. Now, one of the best ways that I know to figure out how to do that is not to look at the good guys or the good girls. They make it look easy, and sometimes it's hard to figure out what they're doing. We're going to look at the bad stuff. I'm going to show you the absolute worst dub that I know of. Dude, it's like one, because it's fun. But two, because we're going to learn something at looking at when it falls apart and how we can put it back together. So, you may or may not be familiar with this show called Garzy's Wing. It's a doozy. You can tell it's a doozy just from the very beginning voiceover, and this is the opening sort of title sequence. Just check out the opening voiceover.
Show me the ancient Japanese man's spirit. Alright, something. In case you missed it, the line was, show me the ancient Japanese man spirit. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure I want to know what that means. She does? Someone can check with her later. I heard a high-pitched voice. I didn't even see the face it came from. He would like to know about Japanese man spirit. If anyone can enlighten him about Japanese man spirit, he's in room 1563. Show me the ancient Japanese man spirit. So what's going on in this show? It turns out this show, Garzy's Wing, is about this young Japanese boy, young adult, right? Young Japanese guy, who one day while he's riding his motorcycle in modern day Japan, like you do,